If somebody's looking to do nuclear weapons or other things, we're going to know it before they do.
So you're going to trust the intelligence that you receive?
I am going to trust the intelligence that I'm putting there. But I will say this, my intelligence people, if they said, in fact, that Iran is a wonderful kindergarten, I disagree with them 100%. It is a vicious country that kills many people.
Last week, he called them naive and said they should go back to school. Yesterday, President Trump again expressed doubt in his intelligence officers in an interview with CBS on Super Bowl Sunday. Even after some told time, the president maintains, quote, willful ignorance in national security briefings. The intelligence officials reportedly said what is most troubling are Trump's angry reactions when he is given information that contradicts positions he has taken or beliefs he holds. Two intelligence officers even reported to Time that, quote, they have been warned to avoid giving the president intelligence assessments that contradict stances he has taken in public. Joining me, LA Times White House reporter Eli Stokols and the vice president of the National Security Program at Third Way, Mieke Eoyang. Mieke, we know that Donald Trump often relies on his own gut. He says he's his own best advisor. He has been saying that since the campaign. It should be no surprise that he is saying that today. When he talks about not trusting the intelligence officials within this administration or any administration, he often refers to weapons of mass destruction and the selling of the war in Iraq by the Bush administration. He did that again with Margaret Brennan yesterday. The Washington Post points out, they did a fact check on this, and they said what Donald Trump seems to be doing is cherry-picking the intelligence, and the Bush administration also cherry-picked the intelligence, according to the Post. They said the evidence was indeed flawed for WMDs, but that it was often stretched by political actors seeking a convenient narrative. So while the intelligence isn't always 100% perfectly correct, to say that he doesn't trust the intelligence teams because of WMDs is a bit of a stretch.
Absolutely. And he's getting it absolutely backwards as to how the Iraq war happened and what happened with the intelligence there. They were reporting that they thought that there were WMDs, but they had some doubts. And the Bush administration, including people like the president's own current national security advisor, were trying to downplay those doubts to make the case for war. One of the things that people should take a small silver lining about with this fight with the intelligence chiefs is today, the intelligence chiefs are resisting that kind of politicization, and they are still sitting in front of the American people telling them things that disagree with what the president says is happening out there because they are looking at the facts on the ground, and that is a big change from the pre-Iraq war situation.
Eli, according to conversations you have with those at the White House, is there cause for concern among Donald Trump's own advisors?
Oh, yeah, Katie, there has been really from the start of this administration. I mean, whether it's national security folks or whether it's people who work in domestic policy, this president has always been very difficult for anyone to brief and to sort of bring over to seeing the facts as they are, because he comes in to a lot of meetings with sort of a preset set of policy ideas that are in his head and that are very hard to get him off. Some of them more grounded in reality than others. But, when you look here in that same interview with Margaret Brennan, he's talking about that he fired Mattis and misstating the case there. The reason that Mattis actually left is not that he got fired. It's that he was upset that he had no influence, even as defense secretary, on policy and Trump's decision to withdraw troops from Syria. And you see those kinds of naive foreign policy decisions taking place across the map. So it is concerning to a whole lot of people. And the president is out there publicly sort of erecting the straw man, saying, well, if the intelligence officers say that Iran is like a kindergarten class, they're obviously wrong. Intelligence officers, no one's telling him that that's the case, but he's setting this sort of superficial construct out there where they're either saying that Iran is not even worth worrying about, or that Iran is, in his terms, a bunch of killers. And obviously, the reality is a lot more complicated than what the president believes and than what he is presenting to the public.
Also, Syria and the withdrawal from Syria came up in this interview. Listen to what he said about whether we might need to go back there.
The concern in here by your intelligence chiefs, though, is that you could, in that vacuum, see a resurgence of ISIS, see a resurgence of terror groups like Al-Qaeda.
We'll come back if we have to. We have very fast airplanes. We have very good cargo planes. We can come back very quickly.
Eli, is he serious?
I'm not sure if he's. I mean, it's really hard to know, Katie. It does not sound like a serious discussion of military policy. Just that it's as easy as taking a commercial flight or a cargo flight back and forth across the ocean. That is not what people at the Pentagon. That's not the same way that they look at it. So the way that the president talks about this in such a cavalier tone is really remarkable, and I think unprecedented for any commander in chief. But this is Donald Trump. We've been seeing him do this for over 2 years now. And again, people who are around him kind of take it for granted that this is how he's going to operate.
Mieke, what do you think?
I think he has a real problem understanding how military campaigns actually work. And for all his time of being commander-in-chief and not listening to his briefings, he is still no better off. He is not someone who is learning on the job about the real hard work that is necessary to defeat an enemy in the field. And the military is very fond of saying the enemy gets a vote. The president doesn't seem to realize this, and he cannot construct a reality that is to his liking, that is different from the facts on the ground. And he is putting our military in a terrible situation by making up a story for himself that will leave them without the resources that they need to really finish the job.
It seems like it's very clear when he gets into these interviews, he's not coming with prepared talking points. He's saying whatever comes top of mind. He's talking about what he believes rather than what he has been advised. These interviews, I know we've been seeing them now for 2.5 years, more than that. They just don't make any sense. Eli Stokols and Mieke Eoyang, thank you guys, appreciate it. And some separate